In this experiment, I'm mixing real-time body tracking and audio reactivity. Media pipe to blender determines the position and direction of my mouth. Audio to blender generates a volume attribute that I can use in geometry nodes to emit bubbles. Finally, my hands can squash the bubbles and make them pop. Just a rough experiment to explore the real-time capabilities of this software. First of all, I'm using the pose model and I flip X-axis. So that's my body, have been tracked. I'm sit on my desk and those are the points. Here you can find some values to determine the depth of this model. To represent a body, I know it's hard to see, but you can refer to MediaPipe official documentation. So, first of all, I want to align the camera with the body. My camera is right in front of me. Okay, now I have my alignment with my camera, so we don't need this and keep only pose mode. Let's create an object, a mesh object that will contain our nodes. And I drag my pose mesh inside of it. I can now hide my collection here. We are going to search, first of all, mouth position, which is not very good aligned yet, but more or less like this. Those 2 points. So I need to sample these 2 points to determine the center of my mouth. So sample index for vector position of this geometry, and the index is number 9 and 10 for my mouth. So vector math to add these 2 vectors and then scale by 0.5. And that's the point in the middle of my mouth, right? I can simply duplicate this. This time I want to sample my ears and my nose to determine the rotation of my face. So I'm going to sample 7 and 8 and find the midpoints just like this. Then subtract this value, which is the nose. I'm sorry, this is the nose, 0. And I subtract this midpoint between my ears. This will be our rotation. This will be my rotation, and this will be my position. And now it's time to start some simulation. I want to join this point, actually. If I press play, I leave a point in every position of my mouth. Perfect. It's now time to introduce Audio to Blender and select my channel, which is my Osmo Pocket 3, and start audio sampling. Here you can find the mesh which contains the attribute, the volume attribute. So in our flow, drag the object and sample index. And I want to use this attribute to determine if the points join the simulation or not. So I delete the point until I speak compare. Point 2 maybe. Let's see. Test. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, it works. So now every time I talk, a point join the simulation. I can hide this. That's my audio input where I can expose my threshold. Okay, now we are ready to go on with the simulation, and I want to introduce this element, which is a simple mesh, a frame for our simulation. Import this, and about the physics, I simply show you my nodes. That's the target object for our raycast node. Those are the nodes. This is the gravity, and this is the bouncing, or the limit, maybe. Just a simple animation. So, we see, wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Not always, always. Now it's time to introduce some age value, age attributes. Point life is set to 100. I'm working with a timeline of 1000 frames and at 60 frames per second. So let's see if it works. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, my frame was not in the right position. Now it's perfectly blocking the bubbles. So now lifetime of my points are set to 100. They disappear. And now it's time to instancing some bubbles. Okay, too much. I want to drive the sides of the bubbles with this simulation by age. My lifetime is 100. Okay, I want a curve like this. Okay, I define my age here. Delete particles by age. And scale by age. Now I want to drive the position of the points not only upwards but right in front of me, and we are gonna use the rotation. So set position. So in the first 10 frames I want push my bubbles in front of me. Let's try if it works. Test. Whoa, it's too much, of course, but I can limit the value here. Okay, it works fine. Now I want to do another things. I lost my bouncing once again. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay, same problem here. I did not save or make some mistake, but we can easily fix it like this. I'm moving in editing mode, so that's it, right? Okay, let's see statistics. Test. I emit a huge number of particles in this way, so I want to resample the number that actually join the simulation. Oh, yes, it's better. So I resample every 6 frame the possibility to join the simulation. Now to pop the bubbles with my hands, I need to sample hands position. So I need a range of index. Okay, now I got my hands points. So I check the proximity of these points and I store this attribute as a permanent attribute. Let me show what I mean. Now, by this attribute of proximity, I can delete the instances. Check, 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 check. Okay, I need to increase the value, the lifetime value. Check, 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 check. And that's it. It works. Very cool. So what happening here? We have two attributes based on the proximity. When hands points join the proximity, the first attribute delete the bubble. And it's a permanent delete. The second attribute, the spawn one, is true until it's in the range and will generate some new particles that are involved in this new simulation, which represent the debris of our bubbles, right? That's my materials, very, very simple. If I use material preview, I probably have my bubbles. Okay, that's cool. Probably generating the secondary animation like this is not the best choice, but it's the best I can do at the moment. So if you have any other idea regarding this, please let me know in the comments, and bye.